Hey everyone, I'm SpencerFan937 and this is my Alfie review. So Alfie, along with other members of the pack, were originally introduced in a special part of the original model series of Thomas and Friends, called the Soda Construction Company. And ever since then, he and other members of the pack have been integral members of the Thomas and Friends franchise. So personally, I've always enjoyed his character, especially the dynamic between him and Jack, which I reviewed earlier. And honestly, I've always just liked the character, and I think it's cool that we have different types of vehicles and such for road vehicles, because there are different steam engines and diesels, and they all have their own personalities, but it's nice to shine the spotlight on road vehicles as well, in my opinion. So the first thing to notice about Alfie is the mixed use of wood and plastic, which I think is a great job. Um, so on the back here, you could see the frame is mostly made out of wood, but there's also some plastic here. His arm, along with the bucket, is also made of plastic, which makes sense. And the green paint looks pretty cool as well. Personally, I thought they did a great job in making it look like the one used in the actual model series. So I thought they did a good job with that. So let's get into the review. So on the side here, you can see there's a pretty good amount of details in printing. Seems like radiators, and I think that's a door for his driver to get in. And obviously the big number 12 right there. The details are a little different on the side. You can see that the plastic part next to his cab piece is actually curved, which makes sense. The details printed on the plastic are more sparse, but still interesting nonetheless. There's 12 on either side, as well as the back, which features another 12 on the plastic side and a radiator or some other detail on the wood side. The crane arm itself is obviously made entirely of plastic. It moves pretty good, actually. It actually simulates the scooping function of Alfie and pretty well, in my opinion. So you could do a lot with it. I think it's pretty cool. And the front side, so Alfie's face itself, actually looks pretty good in my opinion. I thought they did a great job not simulating, but a great job replicating the model used in the series. And you could actually see some details on his window just above the face there, so that's cool. The bottom is just a simple black chassis with a plastic part in the middle separating the two wood square pieces. Alfie is printed rather small, and there's nothing on this side, but there's a little screw here, and I'll tell you why the screw is there in a little bit. The wheels are yellow with black tires, or treads, whatever you want to call them, and that is essentially the base of the model. You can see the base framing is made entirely of plastic. So the reason why there's a screw there, I believe, is because, similar to his function in the series, you could actually turn Jack around like this. So while he's going forward, he could face sideways, and while he's going forward, he could face backwards. So he could spin all around 360 degrees, like so. So it's pretty true to the original series, and I thought that was just a cool feature, because I'm sure there are many other like brands and stuff that just have him facing like this and just have him going forward and scooping it up like that. But this model actually has a lot of functions, and that makes this not only more unique, but also more usable in different series and scenarios and whatnot. So definitely a cool item to have. This item, similar to Jack's model, was on shelves for a relatively long period of time before they released a new version of him, I'm pretty sure. Eventually, he was phased out, though, just like all the rest of the TWR, and in my opinion, this is the best model of him that we have today. In terms of using him in any of your series or collecting him, obviously, just like Jack, not the most important item, but definitely a cool item to have, especially if you want more construction vehicles or you just want a road vehicle that has a more unique ability, in this case, using his crane arm. So I always found this item to be really interesting to me just because of its unique abilities. I mean, like, similar to Jack, if you have a package, there's plastic in the bucket, so you can move stuff around like this. So multi-purpose use makes him more interesting, in my opinion. So don't get me wrong, I like road vehicles like Lorry, which is a simple, basic transportation function, but road vehicles like this are also nice because they have different uses across a wide variety. So if you want to incorporate them in your series, there's definitely lots of potential there. I certainly plan to in my upcoming season 3 for my series. By the way, stay tuned for that. Hopefully, I can get it out relatively soon in the coming weeks or days. But enough about that. Overall, I'd say this is a good item to have. I definitely recommend it. I don't believe it's too hard to come across, not too expensive either. So, thank you very much for watching and stay tuned. Thank you.